Hello and welcome to this edition of Big Fish Small Pod. As always, Big Fish Small Pod is presented by About the Fans. As always, you can check out About the Fans for brand new FOF merchandise. And you can use the code FOF10 at checkout for 10% off. And what a funny day to actually do this specific episode of Big Fish Small Pod on Matt Mervis. As I am recording this, it is his birthday, so happy 27th birthday to Mr. Matt Mervis. And what a time to actually do it as well, to just how hot of a start that he's been having so far this season. You can just go ahead and look at the stats here. To go ahead a little bit, start with Matt Mervis. This is a guy that was traded early on in the offseason by Peter Bendix from the Chicago Cubs. The Cubs, with Matt Mervis, it just seems like it wasn't the right fit. He didn't really get as many as at bats you would hope so from a guy with his prospect pedigree and just how dominant he was also in the minors. You look at Matt Mervis specifically in the minors, that 2022 season in the minors, he had 36 home runs, 119 RBIs, close to that 1.000 OPS with a 9.84, just really close to that benchmark. And he really showed that prospect pedigree for the Cubs. I believe in 2023 he was the fourth best ranked first base prospect in all of baseball. And Matt Mervis just really had that ability to go ahead with his power and his hit tool for the majors. The only thing that really got with him was just primarily just really a first baseman there. Not really going to play any other maybe corner infield position at third. Fielding gets really rough with him, so it's really just a first base guy to have there. And occasionally we'll also hit DH for you to have in those two positions. But with Matt, it's just really incredible how well he's performed so far with the Marlins. Again, earlier traded for Vidal Brujan, who both guys at that time just felt like they were just get DFA'd. It was just ready to see at what point they were going to get DFA'd. And to go ahead, you look at it right here on the screen. It says 2024, and then you also have his 2025 stats. With that 2024 stats, that is not just how much he's had at this point in the season. We're not comparing maybe his first 40 at bats in the season between 2024 and 2025. In 2024, he only got 26 at bats in the major leagues. So what he's doing right now with the Marlins, he's already surpassed. He's almost close to doubling that in the next week or two, with just how dominant he's been with the Marlins. You look at that OPS. It's just incredible. And the same amount of at bats he gotten last season. Now this year, he already has 5 home runs. He already has 11 RBIs. He's playing the best baseball we can see from Matt Mervis. Just as well as he's performing, this is a guy that's not going to walk entirely too much for him, but overall, just when Matt Mervis has just been really incredible to see, especially that first base position where it seems like so far this season it's been a rotation of different players for them. For the Marlins, you look at someone like Eric Wagman, Jonah Bride, who just got DFA'd, to now we're going to have, looks like the Marlins are sticking with that spot right there between Eric Wagman and Matt Mervis. But with Mervis, it's just incredible the way that he's been performing so far this season. With his hit tool, with the way he's driving in runs and having that power, and just on occasion, if he's coming in at a DH or he's coming in at a pinch hitting role, like we saw just a few days ago when he had that pinch hit home run against the Nationals, has really been incredible. You look at also his slugging, just everything has gone up, not just from 2024, but also from 2023. 2023, when he first got called up, it just feels like the Cubs really didn't know what they had with him.
Fish on First has partnered with About the Fans to launch a merchandise collection. Rep the FOF logo and more Marlins-inspired apparel. Find it all at aboutthefans.com. Enter coupon code FOF10 at checkout to get 10% off your order. FOF10 for a 10% discount.
thing with Matt Mervis, his main, you could say, just his main hindrance is going to be his strikeout percentage. You look at his 40% strikeout percentage so far this season in 2025. I know very small sample size, but I could see that really that's going to be his biggest figure. If you can cut down in half, then this is the guy you put in DH, first base, whatever position you want him to have there, and that's a guy you set it, forget it, leave him there for the rest of the season, having come out potentially DH or you want to give him some rest. But to have that 40% strikeout percentage is not something you want. I understand you have that rate with 40%, but he is also giving you home runs, RBI, something the Marlins also have been lacking. I believe we're now recording. He's still tied, I believe, in the top 5 for home runs in the National League, and that's something the Marlins have been wanting. And what you're getting also with Matt Mervis, you're getting him. You traded Vidal Brujan. This is, I believe, anything extra that you would have gotten in that trade is just more than what you could have possibly bargained for. Vidal Brujan, I understood, played multiple positions, but it just wasn't really anything to write home about with his hit tool. But with Matt Mervis, again, maybe you're taking out his defensive capabilities, but you're getting the home runs, you're getting the RBIs, you're getting the batting average, you're getting the slugging, you're getting everything that you wanted in a player. And it's just something the Marlins have been needing for quite a while. They needed that guy that can go ahead and have those home runs and bring in those RBIs, a guy you can pinch hit in crucial high leverage situations, and you can trust him with the bat in his hands. And that's, again, like mentioning going ahead back. That was his first ever pinch hit home run. That's something you want. That's something you can have and trust. And Matt Rivers talked about he does it. Even when he's not playing, he goes into the batting cages. He gets a couple swings, I believe the 4th, 5th inning or so, whether he knows he's going to go ahead and pinch hit or rather he's just not playing in the game and still wants to get those at-bats. And with Mervis, to go ahead a little bit more on his K rate and his walk rate, you look at going back in 2022, 2023. I'll share this tab right here. Let's see if it comes up on there. Perfect. So everyone can see right there how it is. So just when you're seeing it down there, specifically with his K rate and his walk rate, you look at 2023, 2024. This is all in the minor leagues and occasionally right there in the majors. We can go ahead and just look at his majors as of right now just to see how he's been doing in the majors with the Cubs compared to now in the majors with the Marlins. We'll go ahead and look at that sample size of 2024, 2025 right there. Just you look at that K rate. He's striking out at 40% so far this year with the Marlins compared to last year, 28% with the Cubs. And this is still in the relative same ballpark as bats play appearances. His walk rate has also gone up from the majors last season with the Cubs, almost tripled to almost 10% to last year where it was just close to 3.5. So that's also really great to see friend Matt Mervis and his overall numbers really. You want to go ahead and look at his AAA numbers last year as well. 30% K percentage, 10% walk rate. If you can get that Matt Mervis this season, if you can bring up the walk rate just a pinch, if you can even get to that 15%, and including how great he was in 2022 and 2023, you look at that 2022 numbers right there in the minors. Just overall in the minors, 18% K rate, 8.5% walk rate. Walk rate is exactly where you want it, but that K rate, if you can go down to 18%, if you can just half to 20, even 30%, this is a guy, again, you bring out there every single night that you want at first base, DH, whatever it may be, and just something that Clay McCullough, Peter Bennings know that they have at first base. We'll go ahead and also, lastly, before finishing up, is looking at his StatCast percentile rankings and just see how he's faring so far this season. You could see right here with Matt Mervis, a lot of red, some blue, but with K rate, I know 40%. He is in the top percent of K rate. He is near the bottom in K rate, actually the bottom in K rate. So that's something that he really has to work on if he wants to have a long-term role with the team. Maybe not even so long-term, but everyday role with the team. That riff, that K-weight chase, that's something he really needs to work on, improve on that the walk rate as well. He's not going to give you anything really with the sprint speed or fielding. So this is a guy really for the Marlins. It's barrel percentage, hard hit, exit velocity. A guy there can go ahead and help you with his bat. This is a guy primarily bat when he hits the ball. He kind of almost like a Kyle Schwarber-esque in a way, where it's going to be a home run, it might be a double, singles, but it's really almost the three true outcomes you're going to get with Matt Mervis. It's going to be a strikeout, it's going to be a home run, or it's going to be a walk. That's what it really feels like it's always going to be with Matt Mervis. But that's going to do it for this episode of Big Fish, Small Pod. I'm Matt Mervis. Happy birthday, Matt Mervis. You're killing it so far this season. As always, for you watching and listening to Big Fish, Small Pod, you can check out About the Fans for your FOF merchandise. Use code FOF10 on checkout. I'm Danny Rodriguez. As always, thank you for listening.